It's the National Football League on EA Sports as we get set for a Super Bowl 56 rematch. It's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Los Angeles Rams, and it's all up next.
If you're a freeway fan, we're just east of the 405, one of the modern jewels of the NFL. Beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Good to be with you. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, we got a couple of teams who love to throw the football, and you know how guys say, hey, we're not going against the other offense. We're going against the other team's defense. Greg, these star wide receivers, you know they're watching what the other guy does on the field here today.
Oh, in their minds, there's no question. They are competing against one another, and I think that's what makes this league so fun is when these guys, they know each other, they study each other, they work together in the off seasons. A lot of times they're friends, but come game day, there is no question. At the end of this one, yes, they want their teams to win, but when they put their two box scores up next to each other, there's going to be some bragging rights come this offseason.
Here's Smith to return it, and he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Rams offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out, Greg, by the #1 overall pick way back in 2009, Matthew Stafford.
Stafford was one of those guys, Mike, that I think through the first half of his career was probably the most underappreciated quarterback in the entire league. The talent was always undeniable. But when he was constantly discredited for was just the fact that he was on some really bad teams that were left to play really irrelevant football down the stretch. Immediately changed that narrative the second he joined a championship roster. Now, he's just trying to see if he can add some more hardware to that resume and solidify that legacy even further.
They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
That's into the hands of the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Stafford now on 2nd down. That'll be taken in. It's DeMarcus Robinson.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
1st and 10. First carry here for Kyron Williams. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. It is Logan Wilson up to make the play. Here's 2nd and 9. They go play action with Stafford. That's hauled in on the left by Nakua.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
He's got room at the 30, and they will finally run him down.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
Now a chance to pay off that big play. They have it 1st and goal. Working out of the gun, Stafford. And he's in. Puka Nacua. Touchdown, L.A. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
The extra point from Carty is good. And the Rams will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Cincinnati offense set to take over for the first time. And they're led by the #1 overall pick in 2021, national champion at LSU, it's Joe Burrow.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback.
It's a gain of 16, and very quickly, a first down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as, my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. He'll spot Higgins, who makes the grab. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
They'll run it for the first time with Chase Brown. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Second down and 3. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And this throw batted away and incomplete.
If you want to be a top-notch NFL DB, of course, yes, the athleticism is a given. But it's really, you have to be instinctive. The instincts are what allow you to maximize those physical skills, and you saw them on full display right here, leading in the big-time breakup.
3rd down, 3 to go. Burrow from out of the gun here on 3rd down. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
Now a deep ball toward the end zone. He was trying to get it to Jamar Chase. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
Burrow here on 2nd down. He'll let this go towards the end zone. T. Higgins, the intended receiver on that one. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
It's hard to play that ball any better than the way that defender did right there. I mean, to stay patient throughout the entire play and make sure that not only are you in prime position to make it, But then once the ball is there, attack it, knock it down, and save a touchdown.
Working out of the gun, Burrow. He manages to get the throwaway and completes it. Well, they hook up again, second time on this drive, and this one's good for 18 yards and a first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
They'll run here with Brown. And he's into the end zone. Chase Brown. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score in the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run by Williams. And his momentum completely stopped there. Picked up, thrown down for a loss. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. Pair of sevens on the scoreboard. And we're back at SoFi in SoCal after this. Second and 11. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. Second down, it's Stafford. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
It's complete. He's got Pop. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Here's a screen set up to Williams.
You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
Open man is Robinson. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
Give them a dozen yards on that one and give them 1st and goal. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. And he'll take it on in. Tyler Higbee. Touchdown, Rams. Cardi now to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Rams will move out to a 14-7 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Bengals offense ready to take over for their second possession. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. They bring Chase in motion. Burrow now to throw on 1st down. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
It almost seemed like the defender was getting the play call sent into his helmet, just like the quarterback, because he knew the play before they even snapped the ball, and that play had no shot.
Now a 2nd down throw for Burrow. Right back to Chase. He's got it again. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Throwing with anticipation, it not only requires the confidence in both your accuracy and the timing, but it also forces the receiver to be on time and where the quarterback expects you to be. And this is one of those examples, man, when those two things are on point.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
The pressure all over him. He goes down again.
Just can't seem to get anything going on every ensuing snap. They just continue to go backwards and backwards and backwards. You've got to find a way on 1st and 2nd down to stay ahead of the chains so 3rd down is not so daunting.
That one incomplete. They can't hook up there, and that incompletion takes us to the 2-minute warning. The Bengals out and ready to punt. A fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. Matthew Stafford and the Rams offense getting set to go again. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. Now a 1st down throw for Stafford. There's a short one taken in by Higbee. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
A play fake. Now Stafford to throw. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
3rd and 2. Stafford. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
They'll throw once more. Here's Stafford. Pass caught right side by Higbee.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Again, it's Stafford. This one is caught by Robinson. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. Stafford to throw again. Throw right side, hauled in by Cup. Now the Rams going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. To the air again. Stafford. And he'll be taken down. They got him back at the 50-yard line. So backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. Out of the gun, Stafford. That is caught. It's Robinson. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. So it's going to bring up fourth down. So it's fourth down, punting time. Ethan Evans to do the honor. So that one's going to land out of bounds, and the official's going to mark it right at the 20-yard line. The Bengals offense going to get it one final time in this first half. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Back to throw. Burrow. Now a loose football. The Rams have it. How about the defense getting to the quarterback, getting access to the ball, knocking it free, and coming up with the recovery?
I'd like to see the quarterback just be a little more secure with the ball, Mike. You can see he's just a little loose, especially when you're operating from the pocket. But give credit to the defender. Nice job attacking the ball.
To the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as it'll come out to the 20.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
On first down, Burrow. This one, downfield, taken in by Higgins. And a big strike for good yardage there, all the way up to midfield.
Ready?
Set to go now on first and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Try him again. Another one to Higgins. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
All right, Mike, we'll take it from there as we welcome everyone into our EA Sports studios and our halftime report. We saw a vintage first half from the veteran Matthew Stafford. He fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the first half of play.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half, about to get started. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. Heading out now, the Cincinnati offense. They're going to get set to take over once more. And, look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
They'll come up on a second down and 8. They send a receiver in motion left. Passing right side, and Chase has it. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. Working out of the gun, Burrow. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9. 3rd and a yard. Here we go. On the ground, it's Brown. He is going to have a Bengals first down. They get 5 on 3rd and 1.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Catch left side is made by Higgins. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
The idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Here's Burrow. He's got his big tight end. Touchdown, Bengals.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
McPherson, good on the extra point. And the Bengals will tie things up. We are all even at 14. We are all square, 14 apiece the score as this one's away. Here's Smith to return it. Wow, they are hitting now. Been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on that return. The Rams offense and Matthew Stafford heading back onto the field. And I want to take you through the highlights here. They have been plentiful from the quarterback position. Has the offense running at a high efficiency throughout, and will try to sustain it here down the stretch. They'll go to work, 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And he's got some space. Up past the 30 to about the 32-yard line. A pickup of 7. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. It's another run here for Williams. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play. Here comes 3rd and 6. From the gun, here's Stafford. That's taken in by Higbee. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down. A shotgun snap to Stafford. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Now a 2nd down throw for Stafford. That's to Robinson. He's got it. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stomped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the first down. They'll run it. First carry of the game for Blake Burrow. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Play action now for Stafford. That is caught downfield by Cup. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish.
He slams it in there, and he is in. Kyren Williams. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
That just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the second half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this second half started. This returnable from the 4. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Bengals offense and running back Chase Brown headed back onto the field. They're searching here for the tying score, down 21-14. And they'll begin 1st and 10. Throwing is Burrow. And that ball incomplete.
They just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. First time they've looked his way all game long, but he comes through with the grab and a first down. Now Brown. And he'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Burrow. He'll spot Higgins, who makes the grab. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. They go play action for Burrow. He's got a receiver. It's Chase. What about that? Out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. It's a big play when they needed it the most. To gain of 43 yards.
And this offense is now really on the move, Mike, and it's the passing game that's leading the way. They've been able to march their way downfield thanks to this aerial attack, so don't expect them to go to the ground game anytime soon. If I'm this play caller, I'm continuing to lead on this, not only in this drive, but probably for the rest of this game.
Here's Brown. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Burrow here on 2nd down. And he's in! Joe Burrow. Touchdown, Cincinnati. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. A huge touchdown there in the 4th quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the 4th quarter. All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. Here comes Cooper Kupp and the rest of the LA offense set for this next Rams possession. This one tight throughout, all level at 21 as they'll search for a go-ahead score. The motion man is Nakua. Stafford now on first down. For the middle, it's Kupp. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
You want to be a star in the NFL, Mike? These are the high-pressure moments that you can't shy away from. The greats, they embrace it. Tie ball game, fourth quarter. The game is on the line. Everyone in the stadium knows where that ball is going, and I can't blame them.
Now a first down throw for Stafford. He'll get this complete. It's Kupp again.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
In motion, it's Robinson. A play fake. Now Stafford to throw. That finds Nakua downfield, complete. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. Here's first and 10. On the carry, it's Williams. And it will not get back to the line of scrimmage. They pick him up and throw him down for a loss. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. In motion, it's Robinson. Play action, Stafford. He's got it inside the 5. To the goal line and in. Cooper Kupp, touchdown, LA. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the fourth quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now the pressure shifts to your defense. Your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
On comes Joshua Carty for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Rams go up by 7, 28-21. So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Bengals offense about ready to take over once more. They'll do so with first and 10. To throw is Burrow. That's complete. It's Yosivas. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. Burrow now to throw on first down. That's into the hands of Yosivas. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Now, 2nd and 4. Brown. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Big play in the game right here. It's 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. That's into the hands of Gesicki. He's got it. A gain there of 11. And the Bengals going to have a first down. They bring Chase in motion. On first down, Burrow. crossing right side, and Chase has it.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Catch left side is made by Higgins. And he will get into the end zone. T. Higgins. Touchdown, Bengals.
All right, so Mike, now the interesting thing is, do you want to take the lead with still enough time for your opponent to get the ball back to go to try to win it? I think I'm kicking the extra point here, tie the game. I don't want my opponent in a fast 2-minute mode to try to win this game in regulation. Now I'm playing for overtime.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The extra point is good. A big one as we are tied late in this football game. Tie game. Still time to break that tie, though, as you see. Maybe run a 2-minute offense. And the kick's in the air. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Rams offense ready to get back to work. This game all even now following that touchdown a moment ago, and they'll look to retake the lead on this drive. It starts with first down. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. Right side, complete to Nakua.
Automatic first down.
They'll come up for 1st and 10. Now it's Stafford. A hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. Trying to set up that screen, but the rush got there too quickly. Here comes second down. Here's Williams. And he'll get 6 on this one, moving it inside the 40-yard line. Now the Bengals are going to call the first of their timeouts. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to go in this one. A lot riding on this play. Tie game, final minute, third down. Williams. Now timeout Cincinnati. That's their second. They get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in the fourth. So now out comes the field goal unit in this pressure spot. This a potential game winner.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the fourth quarter.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. From the 6, here comes a return. Now an opening past the 30. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to take over once again. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Burrow. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He's going to let it go deep for Chase. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him, and will bring up third down.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. And it's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
And that could be the dagger. It's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Tennessee.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
The Rams offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Victory formation, defense powerless to stop, and that should just about do it. So it's a win here for the Rams. They took this one down to the wire. The late field goal does the trick. They walk away with the victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Rams are victorious as we say so long from SoFi.